Good morning, fellow billionaires. This is Silver 5150 with your morning update for Monday, July the 13th, 2020. All right, guys, I'm going to have to apologize here. Man, I was way off, okay? I was making a call for a big smackdown in oil today, dragging commodities with it and equities with it, but it looks like everything is going to be allowed to run today. Now, even though I was wrong on my call for what I expected for precious metals today, the week's not over yet. Okay, so I may be off my timing, but I'm certainly not off on the dynamic. The dynamic being that central banks and governments, the powers that be, they can't maintain a posture of lifting up equities or stocks and smacking down metals at the same time anymore. If they can, it's going to be due to an extreme amount of money printing, which I think they are at their limit right now, which is why they're stalling on a lot of the stimulus programs. You know, big talk in stimulus, but nothing happening, man. Nothing happening. In fact, I think Congress, they're talking about downgrades now. You would have to have a income level of $40,000 or less to receive stimulus in the United States anyway. So that kind of tells you where they're going. They're being stingy with the money printing. Look, if there was a chance to go back to sound money or go back to a stronger dollar or a dollar that wasn't overprinted, that'd be one thing. But we're not there yet. We're done, actually. We're not going to be able to go back to that. So go ahead and, print the stimulus, hold up the economy as long as you can, give people time to get out of the burning building, and then go ahead and let the dollar go. But they're going to try to play this thing as if there's a road to recovery, and there's not. So anyway, looking like there won't be a short-term pullback today. Hopefully later this week, because I made a purchase on Friday or Thursday. I think I bought some Silver Eagles, and I like to buy some more stuff. But as we start to get into this territory to where now, we're getting towards $30 for a lot of items. You know me, anything under $30 for bullion grade silver is a deal and a steal. But once you get over $30, even Silver 5150 gets a little squirrely and indecisive in his purchasing. So let's hope that we get that pullback either this week. And if we don't get the short-term pullback coming into this week, we've got to be expecting one here as we approach September into the fourth quarter, because they're going to want to try to paint a rosy picture for the first three quarters, which I don't see it happening. They know they're going to pay the price when those numbers come out in October, so they'll probably try to take a hit out on metals then. So that's what you can keep your dry powder ready for long term versus the short term pullback I was expecting this week that did not happen. All right, well, look here. Markets today, it looks like gold and silver are just off to the races. Now, I got to tell you, sorry, we're in uncharted territory here. I've never come into new modern day highs in gold and silver on a Monday after a stellar week of gains in gold and silver, and that following Monday have more gains. I haven't seen that, I don't think, in the entire time I've been investing in precious metals. So that's something to consider. We are in uncharted territory, at least for me, in my short 7-year stacking career. So anyway, let's keep an eye on that and see what the activities can be today. Whatever kind of energy we get today could be a good projection of what we can expect this week and into the end of the month. I was talking to Silver Game of Thrones this weekend, and we're discussing the notion of possibly piercing 20 this month. Piercing it and holding it this month would put a tremendous strain on the banks that are carrying those silver naked shorts. And when the contracts come up for September, the futures contracts that are right now coming up for September, the call for delivery is going to be 3 times what it is right now. And I think we're right at probably 120 million ounces of silver out of JP Morgan and COMEX's vaults for delivery for the July session. So that, JP Morgan are hemorrhaging, out of their billion plus ounces there. I think they're going to be under a billion ounces once they do this. And then come September, if they have to, pony up another 200 million ounces because of everyone standing for delivery, I don't think they're going to put up with it, and they're going to finally let silver go. So in the meantime, expect some pressure on precious metals. But today, guys, it is just like Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. They are hauling tail down the street. And a part of me is kind of happy about that, because I like to see that we all have chosen correctly in our new vehicle of insurance, in savings, and investment. Like I said, silver's not considered an investment; it's more like a speculation. And this is from Teenage Stacker out of Canada. He made this call. He says, silver's not an investment. It's acting more like a speculation because it's not performing like it should to be an investment. In a world where you have cryptocurrencies going up 10, 15% a day, and equities sometimes getting pulled up by Amazon or Apple or Alphabet, 5, 7% in one day, silver going up 20 cents, that is not, an investment. It's certainly a store of wealth, and it's actually a very good savings given that the savings in the banks are about 0.0012% in interest. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and enjoy the gains we're getting in precious metals, knowing we're going to get a pullback, but use this as validation to know that we chose very well in our new investment vehicle. That is precious metals, in particular silver. Silver, the most undervalued, most underperformed commodity in the history of mankind due to manipulation. For those who don't say there's any manipulation, there's plenty of it. Okay, so we're going to definitely look forward to seeing it fight its way back from that. All right, so stocks right now, like I said, these things run in tandem. So if precious metals are up, they're being allowed to run. That means they're going to go ahead and try to save face with stocks. And equities right now are up across the board, probably about 0.75%, a half to 0.75%. The Dow, the Nasdaq, S&P 500, and the Russell 2K small caps are all tracking higher today, and it looks like they will add some gains as the day goes on. Now, keep an eye out because if equities start to fade because people are either starting to favor other asset classes or they're just getting out to sell to raise capital. They're probably going to take some of the gains from precious metals in order to do that. So that's the thing. They can only move together now. I don't think they can move separately from each other. But I was wrong on the call for pullback today, so I might be wrong on that. I just don't see how they can print all the money they need to support global banks, to support possible stimulus, and support, the smacking down of the hottest investment class on the planet right now, and that is precious metals, believe me. Take a look at copper, by the way. If you haven't been paying attention, we always talk about gold and silver, but we never really talk much about platinum or copper. But take a look at platinum and copper, and they fall right in that industrial category as far as performance, and they are performing very well. Florida Stacker, he talks openly about platinum, which I appreciate because I don't cover it, and so I'm glad somebody's covering it. But they are performing in a way that's very, very positive in the upward movement of precious metals. Palladium, not so much. Palladium's, getting, its range right there at around $2,000 an ounce. It will probably be the first one to lead the charge down on precious metals once they start to head downward. All right, so a little enhanced morning video this morning. I'm not done yet. So here we have the 2019, okay, Year of the Pig. Oh, so it's Rwanda Lunar Pig. So it's Rwanda Lunar Pig. And the theme this morning, guys, is even though the prices aren't necessarily in our favor, let's still be piggies about how we go out and try to grab stuff and shop today. I looked around. I didn't see a lot of good specials or anything. But, I mean, hey, I only checked out the big boys. So if you saw some stuff in, Silver Gold Bull or, Gainesville Coins or Texas Precious Metals, go ahead and post those in the comments below if you could today. But, like I said, be very discerning in how you shop and stuff, and keep a little dry powder on hand for when we get a serious pullback, the final pullback, I think, coming into the coming into the fourth quarter. All right. So, yeah, we don't know where metal's going to go today, but we're just going to go ahead and continue to monitor and stuff. I just want to let you know, while you were sleeping last night, the U.S. debt clock, it ripped past $26.5 trillion on the U.S. Debt monitor. Well, of course, the dollar to oil ratio ticked up another dollar to above $102 a barrel. And you wouldn't think that's a big deal, but when they're having a hard time, hiding the inflation in oil, and they're trying to keep it down on the stock index, and then you see it at the gas pump, that there's some shenanigans going on. Gold and silver are remaining steady, with gold at $31,000, a dollar to gold ratio, and silver at 3,700 plus dollar to silver ratio. And we'll go ahead and enjoy watching them try to hide inflation in there. So tonight, I think we're going to discuss what I consider to be the bottom of the silver market right now. I mean, we are going to get that pull back, but I think we're going to see more upward momentum than we are going to see downward, smackdowns in the future. And I'm going to tell you about my idea of living off a silver standard versus being all in on precious metal. Okay, because there's a lot of us out there that are all in on precious metal. But I think when you start to live by a precious metal standard, you'll see that there's a little bit of a difference between being all in and living on a standard. So I'll go over that tonight, and we'll vamp on some other stuff, and I'll have a nice song for you guys. So go ahead and have a great day. Maintain your cellular immunity, stay safe, make currency, and turn that currency into money today. All right, Silver 5150 here, asking you to like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you at the show tonight. Take care.